This is SplashDay 2021 Oklahoma City Boat Club. This is race 1 of the regatta. For conditions were 8 to 12, maybe 7 to 12 out of 180. Before we get started, I want to point out you have a significant right-hand skew of between 10 and 15 degrees, with the weather mark being to the right. That's going to make the right-hand side of the course somewhat favored. Also, the pressure seemed to come from the right. You'll look right in here. You can see where the tack to the middle dropped off. The direction didn't change a lot, but the velocity did. You see a geographic shift right up here, and you see a similar right over here. Again, you'll see them up here at the top. Puffs did come in from the right. Okay, let's dial into the start here. We've got two J24s. Back this up a little bit. Just before their first tack. Retrogirl is on the left-hand side of the line. Probably not the place to be, but not too horrible. You can look here at this shift right at the start. The right-hand side of the line being favored, the right-hand side of the course being favored. Starting at the boat was the place to be. 42 has nailed that quite nicely. Nice boat speed, 5.5. Retrogirl is behind the line by about 26 seconds here. However, she's starting on port, which is the favored tack, which will give her the opportunity to catch up. Notice the heading, roughly 120. Boats were tacking to about 45 at this time. So that's putting a true wind direction of about 165. There was a big left-hand shift right at the start. 42 does not pick up on that. And even though you can't see the other boats, was the last boat to tack. That was the error. The first boat to tack was the boat that was first at the weather mark. A little fast. 5.9 to 6. Should have been doing 5.5 to 5.7. Retrogirl pointing somewhat higher. Notice how much distance is made up to weather. Actually bow out. Again, this is interesting. Retrogirl's bearing off a little bit. Nice lift here with speed. 42. Doesn't last, however. We get back down to this converging course. Speed this up a bit. Now we're even heading. We see the differences in speed. Here's the next error for 42. There's really, other than positioning, there's really no reason to tack right here. There's no header. The only possible reason would be to avoid this ley line, probably a little bit early. This would have been a better range with the right so favored. And direction by 175, but notice this lift here. Retrogirl is up 10 from that 225, really 20 from that 225 number. Big gains by Retrogirl. Not the best tack in the world. And the same thing's going to happen here. Tacking over to the right, or over to the left, and then sailing into 5-degree knock. Retrogirl crosses in front. Retrogirl's move there should have been to tack ahead in the leeward and get back over to the right. Still riding a nice upper, but that's going to come apart here. Coming out of the tack's too high and then having to bear off. Not a good tack. That's tacking through almost 100 degrees. Retrogirl still ahead. And here's the problem with ley line management. Should have tacked closer to here. Dramatically overstood the weather mark, and that was the game for her. Go short tack around the weather mark and spinnaker run. Almost identical courses. Take a snapshot of speed here between 4.5 and 3.9. But brand new crew, just learning to work together flying the spinnaker. Probably the mistake here was not jibing sooner. If the right-hand side of the course was favored upwind, it's favored downwind. Probably should have been on port most of this leg rather than on starboard. The shift was over here, but too much time was spent dead downwind or by the lee. Okay, let's put this up. Slow down the mark rounding. Not a great rounding. Look at the big dip in boat speed right here and how long it lasts. Area for gains. Again, that long march to the right, slightly down. Wind's gone further to the right. Eating that header early, getting over here. This is classic one-side advantaged. First boat to the right wins. 42, unfortunately, was not that boat. Second run. Retro had some problems down at the lower mark, getting shoot down, hence the exceedingly wide rounding. Again, right-hand side favored, hence the right-hand side of the line is windward. Sail less distance by finishing at that end. This was probably a bit of an error. Okay, that's race 1.